Howdy, howdy, howdy. How you doing? JJ's Chess Pots Palace. Went and got some groceries. That's why I put this back an hour tonight. Having a Lunchable. Oh. Really needed to get the groceries. Put it off to yesterday. So, get this last cracker and cheese and some turkey. Yum, yum. There we go. I haven't had Lunchables in years. Pretty good still. I am going to do something different tonight here. And I guess we're not going to do that. Not going to do that. I was going to try that. Didn't work. Alrighty. There's a schedule. And the Discord invite. That's free for chess and wizardry. YouTube, multi-streaming on YouTube. At JJ Plays Chess, also my second YouTube. So I started about same time I started the Discord, about 5-6 weeks ago. Okay, we got that going. Discord's free. By the way, just so you know, the TOS doesn't allow me to multi-stream chats from both formats. So sometimes people type in YouTube and I do not see it. So I will try to answer after. I do put in the description after that due to TOS. I have to prioritize Twitch since this is where I'm streaming from, as well as I am affiliated with Twitch, an affiliate, and I am not monetized yet on YouTube. I still need, 66 subs from YouTube to be able to get the ball rolling. So I thank everybody that's watching on YouTube tonight, as well as if you sub there, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Getting closer, 4.5 years in the making on that site, and but my priority is Twitch. Also chess.com, Mammoth Bonus. You can click on the binoculars there and watch the live stream. And tonight is not an arena night, but I am a Diamond member. I do the chess lessons, and I just finished the advanced lessons. And I put them off for a long time, so the last few weeks I've been doing on Monday night those advanced lessons. And I'm going to do something a little different tonight with those lessons. What's really cool is I can go openings, learn an opening. So if anybody's watching, if you want to let me know on Twitch what opening you'd like to learn tonight, we'll go with that. So I'm going to click learn an opening. And got a few of them to learn, so waiting for the first one to say, hey, I'd like to learn this. the Benoni defense, the Bogo Indian, and we'll do that, and then I'll do the challenges at the end of it. But I thought that'd be an interesting stream, so I wanted to try it. So I will they're about 30 minutes long, and I play Petrov, so I don't think the Noni or Benko is anything that I would play, but we'll go ahead and check it. I do have a tendency to play the closed Sicilian, so let's learn the closed Sicilian tonight. What the heck, it's 19 minutes long. And
watch a video to learn the strengths and weaknesses of the closed Sicilian, a slow building opening with many tactical opportunities hiding under the surface.
I actually played this against John Chung, an expert in the Newport Open in 2009. I did end up losing, but I played him pretty strong. So we'll go with the explainer video.
When white opens the game with e4 and is greeted with the Sicilian defense, c5, if white doesn't want to enter the incredible complications of the open Sicilian with knight f3, followed by d4, then white can consider choosing an anti-Sicilian. One interesting choice is to play the closed Sicilian, which, just as it sounds, avoids opening lines quickly and doesn't require white to memorize several critical lines in order to play it effectively. We reach the closed Sicilian after the moves e4, gaining space in the center and preparing d4.
And I play Petros.
The most dynamic way to counter this plan is to play c5, fighting for control of the d4 square, turning the game into the dynamic Sicilian defense. Instead of playing knight f3, followed by a quick d4, turning the game into the open Sicilian, white can decide to steer the game toward the closed Sicilian with knight c3, centralizing the knight and remaining flexible with kingside development. In this video, we're going to focus on the closed Sicilian based upon the move g3, preparing a kingside fianchetto. If you plan on playing these positions as black, it's important not to assume that your opponent is going to play g3 on the next turn. Depending on how black responds, white can decide to play knight f3, and then prepare to turn the game into the open Sicilian with d4. For example, if you assume white is going to play g3, the characteristic closed Sicilian idea, and you decide to prepare a kingside fianchetto with g6, instead of playing g3, white may decide to shift gears and play knight f3, when after bishop g7 and d4. After c takes d4, you suddenly find yourself in the hyper-accelerated dragon variation of the Sicilian defense. This is a perfectly reasonable opening if you play it intentionally as black, but you definitely don't want to find yourself move ordered into an opening you are not comfortable playing. This is why it's important as a Sicilian player to be prepared if your opponent tries to turn the game into the open Sicilian instead of continuing with the closed Sicilian strategy. Depending on what black typically plays against the open Sicilian, there's a wide variety of options, including d6, e6, and even a6, preparing b5, as reasonable choices to consider. We're going to mostly focus on the flexible response, knight c6,
this is why I love the
centralizing the knight
chess.com.
and adding more protection to the d4 square. If white decides to play knight f3, inviting a potential open Sicilian transposition with d4, black can decide to play e5, denying white the option of opening the game immediately with d4. One other line to be aware of is f4 on the third move, known as the Grand Prix attack, which can be dangerous, but with proper preparation, black should be just fine. Okay, that's enough discussion regarding transpositional possibilities. Now let's explore the closed Sicilian, which is reached after white plays g3. Compared to the open Sicilian, the closed Sicilian is typically slower paced when most of the pieces tend to stay on the board. This doesn't mean it is only a slow-paced positional opening, as dangerous kingside attacks can appear seemingly out of nowhere if black isn't careful. A solid, active response to the closed Sicilian is also fianchettoing on the kingside with g6, when after bishop g2 and bishop g7, the dark-squared bishop joins the long diagonal, helping control the key d4 square, and also prepares to help support queenside play, a common area of focus for black. White can remain flexible with d3, supporting the center and opening up an important diagonal for the dark-squared bishop. A typical response for black is d6, which we'll examine in a moment, but sometimes black decides to play e6. One idea is to use the e7 square to develop the knight, and then possibly play d6, or prepare to later strike in the center with d5. White's dark-squared bishop typically finds a home on e3, adding pressure against the c5 pawn. This move also prepares a potential queen-bishop battery with queen d2, when with proper preparation, white can try to exchange dark-squared bishops with bishop h6. One sensible plan for black is to play d6, supporting the center, when black can continue to develop with knight g to e7, with the potential option of expanding on the queen side with rook b8 and b5. A typical plan we'll definitely revisit in other variations.
Doing an opening lesson tonight, closed Sicilian. I actually played this against John Chung, an expert that was in our club back in 2009, 10, 11. And it was a great game. It was in the fourth round. We were both undefeated going in. I ended up losing a pawn push on the B file right at the end. I just made one mistake in that end game, and John and I played a lot of games together. He knew I played Petrov, so I decided to switch it up against him. And he'd never seen me play a Sicilian at all, ever in club. And so that's why I did it. I think it was 68 or 70 moves. Actually, it was pretty impressive. He was impressed anyway. He was very surprised.
Instead, if black decides to defend the c5 pawn and centralize the knight with knight d4, white has the interesting idea of playing knight c to e2, offering a trade of knights and preparing c3. Black can now respond with d6 or knight e7, both reasonable options, but black has to be careful after knight takes e2. Knight takes e2. It appears white is simply losing material after bishop takes b2, rook b1. It's important for black to play bishop g7, but if black tries to win material with queen a5 check, forking the king and pawn on a2, this turns out to be a serious mistake, as white can play bishop d2, with the point that after queen takes a2, white has the tactical shot, rook takes b2, attracting the enemy queen to the long diagonal with queen takes b2,
And then the bishop
when white can deliver an unpleasant fork with bishop c3, attacking the queen and rook on h8 when white is winning material. Instead of the blunder queen a5 check, if black insists on entering this line and capturing the b2 pawn, a risky decision, then the bishop should retreat to g7. In a game from the 2007 United States Championship, Grandmaster Alexander Strapunski played bishop takes c5. White regains material and adds pressure against the weakened dark squares in black's position. His opponent, future Grandmaster Brian Smith, played d6, when white maintained the tension on the a3 to f8 diagonal with bishop a3. White enjoys an active rook on the b file, a lead in development, and has serious pressure against black's d6 pawn. White went on to win a nice game. Notice that queen a5 check, forking the king and bishop on a3, doesn't actually win material, as white can play bishop b4, attacking the queen when the bishop is supported by the rook on b1. Instead of playing e6, a solid alternative is d6, adding more control to the central dark squares and opening a diagonal for the light-squared bishop. By analyzing the central pawn chains, we can see the basic ideas for both sides. White's central pawn chain from c2 to e4 points toward the king side, so white will often play f4, preparing to attack on the king side and grab more space with f5 if allowed. Black, on the other hand, has a pawn chain starting from e7 and moving to c5, pointing toward the queen side, so a common plan for black is to prepare b5 and possibly b4, extending the pawn chain and grabbing more space on the queen side. White has several choices at this point, including centralizing the bishop with bishop e3, developing the knight with knight g to e2, or as former world champion Boris Spassky liked to play, the aggressive f4. White immediately grabs more space in the center and king side, declaring intentions to attack on that side of the board. If black is worried about the f5 break, a solid choice is e6, preparing knight g to e7. But a popular option for black is to play e5, taking a fair share of space in the center, adding pressure against f4, and continuing to dominate the d4 square. In exchange for these positive features, the d5 square has been weakened, so just as black may consider a future knight d4, white may take advantage of the exposed d5 square with a future knight d5. White now has an important decision to make, where to develop the knight on g1. Moving the knight to e2 or f3 are both reasonable options, but if white is in a fighting mood, then the most dynamic choice is to play knight h3. At first glance, it may seem strange to move the knight to the edge of the board, but there are several positive points supporting this idea. To start, if black resolves the tension with e takes f4, opening up the dark squared bishop on the long diagonal, white can centralize the knight with knight takes f4, when the knight may find an excellent post on d5. The main attacking points behind this move include eyeing the g5 square, and most importantly, keeping the f-file open for white's rook, as well as the d1 to h5 diagonal for white's queen. One sensible option for black is to play knight g to e7, centralizing the knight, supporting the d5 square, and also adding more protection against a possible f4 to f5 pawn advance. White's most popular option is to castle the king. It may appear black has everything under control, but if black castles the king, white can play the dangerous attacking resource, f5, threatening a fork on f6, and offering a pawn sacrifice to create a dangerous kingside attack. Sometimes black decides to respond with f6, but the most common response is g takes f5, when white takes advantage of the open h5 square with queen h5, adding pressure against both the h7 and f5 pawns. Black needs to play carefully, because if black tries to grab another pawn with f takes e4, this greedy move opens the f-file, allowing white's pieces to
G5.
overwhelm black's defenses with knight g5. The knight joins the queen and rook in the kingside attack, threatening queen takes h7, checkmate. When after h6, white can play the crushing knight takes f7, intending knight takes h6 check when black's kingside is falling apart. After white plays the dangerous queen h5, black should seriously consider playing f6, allowing white to regain the pawn with e takes f5 when black can challenge white's queen with queen e8, offering a trade of queens and trying to slow down white's attack. Instead, if black decides to add more protection to the f5 square with knight d4, also attacking the c2 pawn, white can ignore this threat and continue to attack on the kingside with e takes f5, opening up the long diagonal for white's light-squared bishop, as well as threatening a fork on f6. If black decides to capture the f5 pawn with one of the knights, then white has the dangerous ideas of playing bishop e4, as well as g4, opening the diagonal leading to the h7 pawn, a key target for white's kingside attack. If black plays f6, blocking the f5 pawn, but opening up a diagonal toward black's king, white has the strong response knight d5, continuing to invade black's position and also preparing to attack black's knight with c3. Finally, if black plays bishop takes f5, instead of playing bishop takes b7, which would allow the strong response bishop g6, refuting white's attack, white can play the powerful exchange sacrifice rook takes f5, eliminating black's key defender of the light squares when after knight e takes f5, white builds a dangerous attack with bishop e4, attacking the pinned knight, exposing black's weakened light squares on the king side by x-raying the weak h7 pawn, so white enjoys a strong initiative. Instead of castling and allowing the dangerous f4 to f5 pawn break, black can consider playing e takes f4, opening up the long diagonal for black's dark-squared bishop. If white plays g takes f4, black can blockade the f4 pawn with f5. This move does somewhat weaken the light squares, but by preventing the advance of the f4 pawn, white's attacking chances are greatly reduced, so black has nothing to fear in this position. Instead of capturing on f4 with the g3 pawn, allowing black to close the f-file, white can consider playing bishop takes f4, activating the dark-squared bishop and adding pressure against black's backward pawn on d6. And another option is to play knight takes f4. White centralizes the knight, adding more control over d5. White typically will continue with g4, threatening to exploit black's dark squares with g5. So black will often respond to g4 with h6. Black can then focus on the typical idea of queenside expansion with rook b8 and b5, with an interesting struggle ahead. Instead of playing e5, preparing to develop the g8.
Doing a lesson tonight in the closed Sicilian. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it, y'all. How you doing tonight? See who's in chat. We'll continue this. And nobody in chat. If you are on YouTube, I do not have multi-stream chat available. TOS for Twitch makes it very apparent that I have to focus on my Twitch chat. And so after the VOD is over, if anybody has questions or anything like that, I'll go to YouTube. If I see the questions, put in the comments and be happy to answer them. Any subs as well. Thank you so much. I think I'm like 66 short of 500 now. So tonight is lesson night and then puzzle night. I will probably take some challenges at the end of the night.
White can continue with a closed Sicilian with g3,
Oh, frick.
but it could also make
Damn
sense to
it.
trick your opponent into playing the
My
accelerated.
bad. Hold on. Damn it. I messed up there. Damn.
Watch a video to learn the strengths and
Let's
When
move
white
that
opens
back.
the game with e4,
Let's get that back up
black
there.
plays bishop takes f5. Instead of playing bishop takes b7,
Yeah.
which would allow the strong
Yep, we already saw that. Let's get this. I think we're there.
storm with h3, g4, f5, and possibly harass the
Yeah,
knight
a
with
little
g4
bit short.
with
Sorry
h6.
about that.
Black can then focus on the typical idea
Where's
of
the
queen
queen
settling and
up there?
allowing the dangerous, which would allow the strong response bishop g6, refuting white's
All right,
attack.
sorry about that.
White can play the powerful
Hey,
exchange sacrifice.
Luke.
Rook takes f5,
How you doing?
eliminating black's key defender of the light
Yep,
squares.
from last
when
night.
After knight e takes
Tuesday
f5,
night, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.
White builds a dangerous attack with bishop e4.
How you
Attacking
doing,
the
man?
pinned knight,
Thank you for what you
exposing
did
black's
last night.
weakened light squares on the king side by x-raying the weak
Appreciate the
h7
apology,
pawn.
appreciate
So
you
white enjoys
doing
a
that.
strong initiative. Instead of castling and allowing the
you,
dangerous
man.
f4 to f5 pawn break, black can consider playing e takes f4, opening up the long diagonal for black's dark squared bishop. If white plays g takes f4, black can blockade the f4 pawn with f5. This move does somewhat weaken the light squares, but by preventing the advance of the f4 pawn, white's attacking chances are greatly reduced, so black has nothing to fear in this position. Instead of capturing on f4 with the g3 pawn, allowing black to close the f-file, white can consider playing bishop takes f4, activating the dark squared bishop and adding pressure against black's backward pawn on d6. And another option is to play knight takes f4. White centralizes the knight, adding more control over d5. White typically will continue with g4, threatening to exploit black's dark squares with g5. So black will often respond to g4 with h6. Black can then focus on the typical idea of queenside expansion with rook b8 and b5, with an interesting struggle ahead. Instead of playing e5, preparing to develop the g8 knight to e7, black can also play the straightforward knight f6. This natural-looking move invites white to prepare a kingside pawn storm with h3, g4, f5, and possibly harass the knight with g5. Let's follow a game between two grandmasters to see some of the typical ideas for both sides. Grandmaster Basim Amin, playing white, decided to develop the knight with knight f3, keeping the h3 square open to prepare a future pawn storm with h3 and g4. His opponent, Grandmaster Emre Can, castled his king, when white also responded with castling. Both sides will continue to expand where they enjoy more space. White will attack on the king side, and black will counterattack on the queen side. In order to prepare queenside expansion, black played the instructive move, rook b8, preparing b5 without wasting a move on a6, as black would rather advance this pawn to a5 in a single move. The rook also escapes the long light squared diagonal, as white's bishop on g2 could cause problems once black opens its diagonal with b5. White prepared his kingside expansion with h3. When both sides continued with their respective plans, Black grabs space on the queen side with b5, and white takes space on the king side with g4. Black now gained a tempo against white's knight and grabbed more space with b4. White was happy to maneuver another piece toward the king side with knight e2. Play continued with a5 and f5. It definitely can feel a bit scary to see all of white's pawns marching toward your king, which is why the closed Sicilian can be a very dangerous opening if black is not well prepared. This is especially true at amateur level, but with proper play, black's position is just fine. One sensible move is bishop a6, preparing c4. But black decided to attack white's pawn chain immediately with c4, inviting white to destroy his own pawn chain with d takes c4, when black can play bishop a6, attacking the weak c4 pawn, or even immediately capturing the e4 pawn with the knight. Although white enjoys a space advantage on the king side, it's important to keep in mind that this is open lines against the king. So if white marches forward with g5, then we see another point behind playing c5 to c4. Queen b6 is now an annoying check white would prefer not to face. This is why white decided to continue to develop and protect the weak and dark squares with bishop e3. Black now intensified the pressure against d3 with bishop a6, when white responded with queen d2, creating a queen-bishop battery pointing directly at black's king side. As white continues to increase the tension on the king side, black will focus on queenside play, as well as increasing pressure against white's center. Both sides will enjoy reasonable chances, and after many adventures, this Grandmaster game was eventually drawn. When white plays the closed Sicilian, it is common for white to play g3 immediately against most of black's responses. One important distinction to keep in mind is e6, possibly preparing a quick d5. So if white plays g3 immediately, black can gain good counterplay with d5. A more flexible approach is to first play knight g to e2. The point is, if black immediately plays d5, then white can play e takes d5, e takes d5, and d4, fixing black's d5 pawn, which will be a target for white's pieces. Instead of playing d5 immediately, black can decide to develop and add more protection to the d4 square with knight c6. White can invite a transposition to the open Sicilian with d4, or else keep the game in closed Sicilian territory with g3, preparing the typical bishop g2 fianchetto. Grandmaster Boris Spassky, when playing with the black pieces, decided to strike in the center with d5. After the central exchanges e takes d5, e takes d5, since black first developed the knight on c6 before playing d5, black is now ready to respond to d4 with bishop g4, pinning the e2 knight, preparing to play knight takes d4, and after bishop g4, black's bishop is ready to move to f3, attacking white's rook. Instead of playing d4, Spassky's opponent, former world champion Bobby Fischer, immediately added pressure against the d5 pawn with bishop g2. Spassky advanced the threatened pawn with d4, attacking the knight, but increasing the strength of white's light-squared bishop on the long diagonal. White continued with knight d5. White's knight assumes a strong post on d5 with the idea of reinforcing this piece with knight e to f4. Although white has a comfortable looking position, black does have a space advantage and reasonable counter chances by playing natural developing moves. In the game, Bobby Fischer was able to bring home the victory as white in this interesting struggle. The closed Sicilian is a solid anti-Sicilian option. Most of the pieces tend to stay on the board, so it allows great scope for positional maneuvering. This opening can
Thank
catch
you
an
for subbing.
unsuspecting opponent off guard,
Max
especially if white plays
J.
an early f4 pawn
Hastings.
advance.
Thank you so much.
If black is well prepared,
This is
then
why
white
I
shouldn't
love
necessarily expect
chess.com
an
and have a
objective opening
membership.
advantage. If you prefer
How you
to avoid a
doing,
theoretical
Max?
opening
How's it
debate
going?
and just want to reach an interesting, playable middle game, then the closed Sicilian may be a welcome addition to your repertoire.
I'm not going to do the start challenge lessons. I'm going to go back and do this on my own, but I thought that I would, on Mondays, play an opening using my membership, and this is why I have a membership. I do the lessons, I do the puzzles, and I usually go to the puzzles after, but wanted to do closed Sicilian because I actually played in a tournament match, 60 plus 30, 40 moves, against my sensei. We actually matched up Newport Open 2009, and it was a heck of a game. He ended up getting through on the queen side, just made one mistake, and that was C3 in the mid game, and then it was even going into the end game, and I just made one mistake. You know, I think I was 1648, played competitively in high school, 1973-74, number one board. And for me, you know, being able to play in the tournaments that I did, man, they were awesome experiences. And thought I'd focus at least once a week now, just try to get my opening repertoire a little bit more open-minded. I do have a tendency to play the Scotch a lot, and trying to look at different openings for white. And also, you know, I played the center, I played the Rui Lopez, played the Italian, and so I thought it just helped me in the long run. And also, you know, I have a huge tendency to play Petrovs, so I love Petrovs. But with that, I could play the Caro-Kann, and I like to play the the Slav. I do, especially against Queen's Gambit. Have a tendency to play the Slav. I like the Accelerated Dragon in the Sicilian with black. Actually, Jacob with John, saw Jacob go into that a long time ago. He's almost expert now, and he's a lot younger. And we used to have battles back and forth back in the club back in 2009 to 2010. And good guy. Got a wife and kids now. He was going to Oregon State, graduated, got a great job, and he actually won the Newport Open in 2010. So I took tied for third in the 2009, just lost to John, and went 4-1. So just think I'm going to do this every Monday and just show one. I'm not going to go and do the actual lesson challenges yet. I'm going to go back and look at this offline, do it again, and then do that offline. But I will run through the different openings, and there's a lot of them, and on Mondays. And hopefully you guys enjoy this too. So kind of a cool thing. And it just so happened that it was a closed Sicilian against John. I think it was 21-73 or 21-73 in 2009. Western States, we went together there, and he took fourth. Sean Tobin actually won the event in the expert class. They had all the big Russian players there. I got to meet him because John knew him from New York and LA. And there's two John Chungs. They both went to MIT. I knew the older one, and so scientist. So quite an experience. I haven't seen him since COVID. I haven't heard from him. I know he went back to California, and tried to, you know, message him through Facebook, but wasn't able to succeed. I hope he's okay. Yeah, good guy, and I learned a lot from him, and it was pretty cool. So we're going to go to puzzles now. I do want to get up. I want to open the windows in the house as it's getting cooler outside. It was 88 degrees in the house. I don't have air conditioning on the Oregon coast. You know, for me, I'm a classical chess player before I am a speed chess player. I just started playing when I went on Twitch last year in May 21st, and I am extremely slow. So Rob Dragon posted in Discord, and I'll put those links up again. You guys, this is the free Discord invite if you'd like into my Discord. I play Wizardry in the mornings, so I've got 2 Wizardry channels. I got the main chess channel and Twitch channel and general channel for text on Discord, and then voice channels for all 5. Just started this about 6 weeks ago, and that is my Discord. It's free. And so also multi-streaming on YouTube tonight, and TOS for Twitch, because I'm live streaming from Twitch and multi-streaming on YouTube. I have to focus on Twitch, so I can't comment on anybody in YouTube, but after the VOD is over, I'll go in and answer that. So on JJ Plays Chess, I've been working on that for 4.5 years, still 66 subs, which are free, just like follows are free on Twitch. 66 subs, under 500 right now, and like to get through that so I can try to monetize, but I use the chess.com analysis because I have the diamond member. I can use it unlimited, and but I do not use any chess engines other than the chess.com interface. I'm old school, man. I not only would never cheat in chess, but I have never cheated in chess. And I started playing in 1969. And then 72, 73, 74, I played high school chess. I was the 5th board, 72 for another school. Transferred over, became the 1st board. Had a little bit of a rough year my junior year, but my senior year, I was the 2nd best player in the city. And I came back and beat my old school. They're number 1. Home and away. And so I had a really good year that year in my senior year, and I got better and better and better. And we had a team that our school I went back to lost its levy, and that was why I went to the other school in the first place. And then when the levy was passed the next year, I went back. And man, chess was cool back then. It really was. And old notation, it wasn't new notation. You know, there was no chess 960, and I actually like chess 960 now that I've played it a few times. And so it's I'm a classical player, and Rob posted in Discord, and you can read it in Discord, but because I have lost, my elo is tanked in Rapids. I mean, tanked. And that's from taking challenges on here. And I usually like to play non-rated, but you always get outside challenges, so, you know, I take them. And some 200 comes up, plays 97% against me. And the one night in question was a couple weeks ago, and man, I lost a lot of elo that night. And of course, message from chess.com. Your opponent has been caught not following fair play policy, and your points are, you know, over and over and over again from that night. And that happens a lot to me. I don't know why people do it to me. It kind of pisses me off. But Rob decided, he's from Australia, and he decided to do an in-depth for the last month of my speed chess. And I hardly ever play Boulder Blitz, but he checked my rapids, and I played 83.3% to 83.9%, and that elevates to around 2,000 elo. And the thing is, I don't adapt because it's my first year. I mean, I played a tournament in July of 2024. That was my first tournament ever. I took 5th. I was happy about that, man. And 10-0 rapid. I'd never played before over the board, ever. And so, but I don't adapt. And what was amazing to me, and I'm really glad that he took an in-depth look, and he knows his math. And 70% of the time I will flag during any challenge that I take. That's a lot. I didn't even know I was doing that. So, reason that my ELO's gotten super down. My USCF tournament rating for USCF is way higher than that. So, it was really frustrating to me, not only when you get somebody cheating against you, and we had multiple that night. And then, so he wrote this really thoughtful, with backing, it showed this percentage to ELO calculations, and it was done by one of the super grandmasters, and it was really cool. I gotta say, it was really cool. So I will flag more often than not, and most people, and I usually lose my challenges on here, but when I play over the board, I don't lose very often. Won 3 tournaments last year, took second in another that were higher time controls than speed chess. So it is what it is, and now I have to adapt. And I'm old, so can you teach an old dog new tricks? And I don't know. Will I get faster? Will I just, instead of just making the classical move, should I make the faster moves that might not be as more accurate? So, but I enjoy the game. I love the game. Whatever happens. It's still the best. I agree. Classical chess is still the best, and it might take a while for chess freestyle or 960 or Fisher Random. I like it because it's you have to adapt in the openings. It makes you adapt in the openings, and they're probably, if somebody was using the engine, they probably would evaluate different. But for me, there's no real set idea yet in openings that I know of, for me anyway, playing. And I really like that on-the-fly stuff. I really do. And that's really cool. So I really actually enjoy 960. I hate competing against online players in chess. I can't do it for long. Just play casually by myself or with friends in person. Yeah, I was in a club here. I formerly in this club, but really enjoyed it last year. I really did. It was a great club on the Oregon coast, and good group of guys. And so, and I like that too. I like face-to-face more because you never know who you're playing. And then with being a Twitch streamer, I have a tendency to bring out the worst in people. They'll come in and just cheat. Just look, I'm on his stream. I'm live streaming. I'm kicking his ass. And it's, and you go, oh, dude, really? So, I hardly ever win in those challenges, but yeah, I don't have any outside engine software whatsoever. Not on my phone, not on my computer. I just use analysis after each game, and that's all I do. I don't even practice with it. I'm just old school, and I know it probably would be better my game, but I'm so upset that there are people that cheat in chess, and I've been a big gamer since I was young, so that's why I play Wizardry at 11 o'clock, and plus stress levels are way, even though I get pissed more than I think in Wizardry than I get pissed in chess, but 1981 Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord, first visual vector line graphics for an RPG when, you had Zork's text games out there, and Apple Adventure, which was text, and here's a graphical game. And I played on Monday at 11. I just had a stream today with Wizardry Proving Grounds. But the new game, Wizardry Variance Daphne, is the best Wizardry ever, and huge Wizardry player and fan, and it's an amazing game. And so I've been playing that Tuesday through Sunday at 11. And then also with iPhone and Android, it came out in October of last year, and then March of this year on Steam. Free download on Steam, so I play on PC. So, yeah, I would never do that. I really wouldn't. But thank you, Max. I appreciate it. My deal is now that, I started, my dad taught me in 1969. Now I am 69. Yeah, old man here, man. Bald as baby's bottom. Right here. But I just enjoy the game. Just want to have good players, legit players come in. The other thing that I've been concentrating on is with the schedule, and I'll put the schedule up first, and then I'll put the Discord. Let me put that up. Absolutely. And, I enjoy it. And I get mad at once in a while when I see a few people coming in and cheating. I don't like it. I really don't. I not only have love for the game, and I know the history of the game, but the biggest thing is I have respect for myself, and I represent my parents who are gone, passed. I do have a birth mom, though. I was adopted at like 10 days old. And so, I represent them every day. And, man, I don't want to be known for a cheater. That fucking is bullshit, to me. And so that's why I won't do it ever. And people do it against me, and it really don't like it. But being a gamer, playing Wizardry, then Ultima Online, then EverQuest, then WoW, Star Wars Galaxies, Star Wars Old Republic, Age of Conan, various MMOs, and I am a big gamer. Also played Wizardry Online from SOE. It only lasted about a year and a half before they closed it, but I actually enjoyed it. And knowing that there's a lot of cheaters out there and gamers that grow up on games, there's a lot of cheats, and you see all the hoopla and Battlefield 6, there was a cheater, and they brought that up, and then COD and all the different, there's a lot of cheaters out there using name bots and all sorts of shit. And, it's too bad that that's the way of the world right now. And, because I have a longer history with the game, it means more to me to be a straight up player. So that's why and I represent my parents every day. So, I think it's really important to remember where you came from and not do that kind of stuff. So that's why I don't have any engines, man. I just have the chess.com. But let me put the schedule, and that's just after I review the game, every game after. Let's look at the schedule here. That's my chess schedule. I do 4 arenas a night, and this is interesting too. I don't play in them. I will play in other Twitch streamers' arenas. I played in Grizzu's awesome arena. That was really fun, actually. First time I ever played in a Blitz arena since I've been on chess.com in 5 years. It was the first time I ever did. And it was a 3-2 win. Grizzu's is awesome. He's a great Twitch streamer. Check him out. H1 Chess has asked me. I usually am ending when H1's kind of right at the start of his. I think he's in Central Time Zone. And I will play in one of H1's. I know that Potzer Gamer comes over and plays. That's his moderator. Potzer Gamer's a great guy and very good chess player. I've only played him once, but we had a great game. And my elos are extremely low because I just don't play Blitz or Bullet. I just don't play them. But that was fun. That was a fun little tournament, and had a blast. So I'll probably do that more often. But the arenas I run, I actually host. I create them. I host them in the chat tab. I put the guidelines that I want to see for that night for the tournament. They're all unrated. They're Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tuesday is for love of the game. This week it rotates, so this week is going to be a hyper bullet. We'll see how many people come in for that. 30-second hyper bullet tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, 6:30. The link will be up, and then Friday night blitz, 7 o'clock. Saturday night rapid, 7 o'clock. That's PM PST Pacific Standard, and Sunday night freestyle, 7 p.m. 6:30. I log in and put the link up. So it's pretty cool, and I make it for you guys, make you guys a star. But I want you guys to play fair. That's the whole thing. I don't want somebody coming in farming medals way higher than anybody else. I don't want that. And so I have guidelines. Come in at the highest elo of that particular night. Read the room before you come in. And then also, any streamer or any title player, please come in on your titled accounts if you're going to play. And streamers, any elo are allowed because everybody wants to play streamers. Everybody wants to play the title players. And we've had 2 title players since I've been running these since June of 2024. And one from India, one from the U.S. And with streamers, we just had a streamer event 2 Tuesdays ago. And it was a lot of fun. We had Grizzly, who was awesome. Faye Fireheart, both amazing streamers. Faye's new. She's on fire. She's going to be a superstar here. And then you've got Epic Elias from YouTube, content creator, and a few others. And that was a lot of fun that night. I do the announcing, sports announcing. So it's fun. I'm your commentary. So we got an ad going on. I'm going to put the Discord up. And the channel up. There you go. I am going to open the windows really quick. And we've got a ad break, minute and 31 seconds left on Twitch. And I will be right back. I don't know how. I went into the... I didn't even watch that news feed. But anyway, I'll be right back. Get this open, and then we'll either do challenges or puzzles. Excuse me. So that was a close Sicilian. We're going to go and move over to puzzles. I'm going to have to look at that and then do the challenges on it. Going to watch it one more time. Usually takes me 2 or 3 times. But I thought you guys would enjoy that, so hopefully... and welcome back, everybody. We did the close Sicilian tonight. Next Monday we'll have a new one. And I'll probably go back and, I most definitely will. I'll run that video again, watch it, and maybe 2 or 3 times, and then go through the challenges, and then go to a new opening next week. If people are on when I log in at 6:30, and I was an hour late tonight, had to get some groceries, but when they do come in, if you guys want an opening, I can go in and check an opening, and we'll watch it. And we'll do some puzzles. Right now I'm at 3,200. Was the last I checked. I dropped a little bit, but I did get the 3,200 badge on puzzles a couple of weeks ago. Was the last time I did it. And so we'll do some puzzles. Any challenges I'll take, and we'll go from there. So the schedule's up now. The Discord is there, as well as JJ Plays Chess Tonight, multi-streaming on YouTube. Any subs on YouTube, I really appreciate. Closer I get to 500, that would be really cool. We've been averaging about 20 to 40 people in YouTube, so I really do appreciate it. TOS prevents me to comment on any commentary in YouTube, so I just want to reiterate that, and that after the VOD is over, I'll go in and answer any questions or anything people bring up. I missed one today in Wizardry because I didn't see it. So, we'll go through puzzles today, and if there are challenges, I'll take challenges. Hope you're having a great Monday night or a Monday morning, wherever you are. Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me? Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me? Checkmate one on my side, black, and I believe it's going to be here. Queen check, knight blocks, rook takes rook. Oh, let me look here. No, it's not. Queen sack on the knight. And then rook takes rook. There we go. Okay, off to a good start. Got one. Hope you're having a great one. Thanks for coming in tonight. Appreciate it. The link to the free Discord, chess players and wizardry players. Wizardries I do at 11 o'clock, right around noon sometimes, but every day. And then I come in on every evening and play chess. Do puzzles, lessons. My tournaments are hosted with live stream commentary. So I do sports commentary. I was on the radio 9.5 years of my life, so I really enjoy doing that for you guys. And I don't play, so I can promote you guys. But I really stress, please play fair and play straight up. And, that's really important. They're unrated. So I don't want somebody coming in just to farm a medal. And we've had that happen over and over due to the fact that we don't have tools. But if a scrimmer comes in or their moderators, they can come in at any level. Same with titled players. Just come in on your titled account. And for me, I do not talk about position during the board. The reason I don't talk about position is it would be an unfair advantage. People are watching me not only on Twitch, but on YouTube simultaneously and on chess.com at Mammoth Bonus. So appreciate everybody that has supported the channel, and I really do appreciate you guys. I really do. I'm a small streamer, so just trying to, improve. So we'll go to the next puzzles here. Got one. We'll see if I can get two. Think about checkmate. White to move. Think about checkmate. What do I want to do here? Think about checkmate. But I can't get in if I sacrifice the queen. You have to think about this one. And we got a mate in one against white. White to move. Man, I may blow this. I'm wondering if it's a queen sack on that pawn. Or the rook sack on the knight. If it's the rook sack on the knight, I think he can block. Because king takes, rook to d8, check, but the rook blocks. So what am I missing? What am I missing? And the problem is, if I do a queen sack, moves to here, rook takes knight. Can I get it? I mean, I've got mate in 1. Now, the only other thing is queen takes pawn. Queen takes pawn, check. Check. Move out. I wonder. I don't think it's rook takes knight. I think it's the queen. I might be wrong. I'm probably going to blow this, but I think it's the queen takes pawn. We'll see. Yep, it's not it. I was wrong. I guess not. So rook takes knight. Queen check. Gosh darn it. Oh, dude. See it now. Damn. And cuts off the diagonal. Dang it. Ah, I see it now. Yeah, choked it. Choked it. That was dumb. I should have just went with my gut and took the knight. But I thought there was another way around it. Calculate correctly and you'll win material white to move. Calculate correctly, you'll win material white to move. Calculate correctly. Well, I think it's rook takes queen. And then it's knight check. And then it's knight takes bishop. That was a little easy. If you play this right, you can win my queen. Play this right, I can win the queen. Obviously. Undiscovered check. Very cool. Bishop up. Bishop takes. Okay. Yeah, I should have 4 in a row, man. 5 in a row. Blew that. Blew it. Blew it. Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me, white to move? Find a way to checkmate me, white to move. Can't get in line with queen. Rook can't get in there yet. Obviously, it's gonna be, and then the queen diagonal. Got a feeling. So it's gonna be the knight and the queen, I think. We'll see. There's a check. And then to e8 for the check. Bishop's gonna get in there, but can't block it. And there you go. Find a way to end the game with a checkmate. Find a way to end the game with a checkmate. Okay, well, obviously it's queen takes rook with the check, moves the king away, and then f1. Oh, no way. Oh, God. Didn't see it. Obviously, I blew that shit right out of the water. Damn. Oops. Damn. Didn't take it. 30-minute game. 30 minutes too long. Max, 32. It's too long for a live stream. That's why I play in real life, but it's too long. Gotta play Rapids, and it'll get me better, even if I lose. Doesn't matter. Let's see here. And I will go to challenges after I get these puzzles done. Oops, that's a blunder by me. Can you find out how to win my bishop? Black to move. That's a blunder by me. Can you find out how to win my bishop? That's a blunder by me. Can you find out how to win my bishop? Check with the bishop, just move the pawn up. Stops the knight as well. Okay. Take the queen. Take the bishop. Hey, you guys, I don't want you fighting. I don't want you coming through here. Come on. Nope. Nope. Be nice. Thank you, guys. Oops, that's a blunder by me. Can you find out how to win my rook? Oops, that's a blunder by me. Can you find out how to win my rook? How do we want to do that? Well, shoot, man, that's an easy one. Holy smokes. Let's check. Do I want to move up with the knight on the check, or do I want to move back? I think we want to move up. Fuck. Oh, jeez. Oh, God, what am I doing? Bishop and take. Yeah, missed that. Son of a gun. It's my fault. Wasn't looking. Hey, what's going on? I love you, Shadow. You're a good boy. You are. Need full attention all the time. Yeah, I missed that. Damn. Here goes that streak. Take a careful look at the board. Do you see a way to win my knight? Careful look at the board. Do you see a way to win my knight? Think so. Okay. Feel sorry for me for messing up that other one. You have a chance to beat me. Can you find the checkmate, black to move? You have a chance to beat me. Can you find the checkmate, black to move? Chance to beat me. Can you find the checkmate, black to move? Let me look. Is there a one move checkmate in this? There a one move checkmate. Don't think so? Okay. Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me, black to move? Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me, black to move? Hey, you guys, come on now. Come on. Nope. Out. Princess. If you don't want to play, move away. I love you, but no running in under the computer. Last time they did this, turn my monitors off. So, there's the check. Let's see here. And of course, smother mate. And checkmate. Okay. Calculate for checkmate, white to move. Calculate for checkmate, white to move. Calculate for checkmate, white to move. All right. Got to 9. Thank you guys for watching. Very much appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Okay, next puzzle. Let's go to 10 tonight. Oh no, you can win material from me. Black to move. Oh no, you can win material from me. Black to move. Fork on the rook. Interesting, I might be able to take the queen. Let's see what he does. I think it's this. I think it's the knight move. Okay. Yeah, I think instead of taking the rook here, I think you check him again. Has to take with the queen, right? What's the only good idea in the position? White to move. What's the only good idea in this position? White to move. Okay. What's the only good idea in this position? White to move. Okay. I'll be in trouble if you capture my queen. I'll be in trouble if you capture my queen. Be in trouble if you capture the queen. Be in trouble if you capture the queen. What am I not seeing? What am I not seeing? Be in trouble if you capture my queen. Black to move. Okay. Check with the knight. Queen and then bishop. There we go. Win my bishop to win the puzzle. Win my bishop to win the puzzle. White to move. Win my bishop to win the puzzle. White to move. H5 check. Take the bishop. Think about checkmate. Black to move. Think about checkmate. Black to move. Okay, let's check on the black diagonal at E1. And then come back and there we go. Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me? Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me? Black to move. Oh, this is sweet. That's pretty. That is pretty. Okay. Take a careful look at the board. Do you see a way to win material? White to move. Take a careful look at the board. Do you see a way to win material? Okay, let's see. H5. Bishop takes bishop. Damn it. It's really gonna lose that bishop? Damn it. That was my fault. Didn't care about that. I knew it was the knight taking the pawn. And then shit. My bad. Blew that one. Find a way to end the game with a checkmate. Black to move. Find a way to end the game with a checkmate. Find a way to end the game with a checkmate. Okay. Bishop takes knight. Queen mate. Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me? White to move. Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me? White to move. Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me? White to move. Okay. Checkmate is waiting if you play carefully. Checkmate is waiting if you play carefully. All right. Missing some tonight, though. I'm missing some. Close checkmate. Pawn is pinned. Bishop diagonal, pawn's pinned. My king is starting to feel some pressure. White to move. My king is starting to feel some pressure. White to move. Well, if I go in with a queen, that's a sack. Bishop takes, rook takes. Can't get the mate. So let's go with the, I don't see a mate on my side or a check. So let's do it this way. Hey, guys, I don't want you fighting. Shadow, get away. Thank you, buddy. I love you. I love you both. Princess, you be nice to him too. Okay. Think about checkmate, white to move. Think about checkmate, white to move. Okay. There's a way to end this with checkmate, white to move. Way to end this with checkmate, white to move. Way to end this with checkmate, white to move. Let me think. Okay, queen first. Oh, shit. Damn. Damn it. Oh, man. You know when you get tired, man, I can only do this for a bit. God darn it. That was dumb. Damn it. Missed it. Missed it. Ouch. How's everybody doing tonight? God. Didn't look at the whole board. Did it too fast. Okay. Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me? Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me? Black to move. Black to move. Find a way to checkmate me. Do you see the checkmate idea? White to move. Do you see the checkmate idea? White to move. Oh, there we go. It's looking the other way. Okay. If I went the other way, he had an open on F5. Find the game ending idea, white to move. Game ending idea, white to move. Okay. Look for a way to reach a position where pawn promotion is unstoppable. Find the game ending idea, black to move. Game ending idea, black to move. Man, Marvin caught up pretty quick. Hey, you guys, stop chasing each other. Come on. I'll be right back. My cats are messing up. One sec. They're amazing. Hey, Rusty, how you doing? Doing puzzles tonight. How you been, Rusty? Nice to see you, man. Let's move. Yeah. You be nice. We love you too, princess. We do. Why are you so just... Jeez, come on. Yeah, we love her too. Be nice to her. You guys have been kittens together. Come on. What are you doing? Sorry about that. Hanging in, played some Wizardry Proving Grounds today. I did pretty good. I got level 11 characters after I had a full wipe in the 2024 reboot of the original game I played back in 1981 on the Apple II Plus. I bought Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. I also bought 3 Zorks back then, and Apple Adventure, and fell in love with Wizardry back then, finished it, Knight of Diamonds, and then Legacy of Lilligam. Did not get past Return of Verdun. It was a little too buggy, and I just kind of had a fatal error. I couldn't get by one spot, and never finished it. Shadow, come here. Come here, bud. Hey. Come here. Come here. Yeah, you. Come on. Come here. I know, we love you. We love you. Love you both. You be nice to Princess. Guys, we're kittens together. What are you doing? All right. So, had a good run today, actually, in Wizardry. It was a lot of fun. Okay, we'll go one more level to 10. Wanted to get to 10 tonight. Then I'll take a couple of challenges. Win my rook to win the puzzle. Win my rook to win the puzzle. What am I not seeing here? Yeah, baby. What are you doing? I know you're a talker. Win my rook to win. White to move. What's going on? What you doing? Yeah, you're calling me John. I know. What's up? What's happening? Huh. I might not know this one. Alrighty. Bishop takes knight. Rook takes check on d8. And rook takes rook. Come here, bud. Come on. What's going on? Yes, we love you. Shadow's on one today. Shadow's on one. Finish this puzzle off with a checkmate. I'll be. Okay. How about this way? Ladder mate. Yes, right here, bud. All right, good boy. Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me, white to move? Can you find a way to checkmate me, white to move? I blundered. Yeah, I can't. Queen sack. There we go. You're close to checkmate. White to move. Close to checkmate. White to move. Okay. Let's see. I'll be in trouble if you capture my knight, white to move. I'll be in trouble if you capture my knight, white to move. I'll be in trouble if you capture my knight, white to move. I'll be in trouble if you capture my knight, white to move. Man, what am I not seeing? Man, I don't see it. Gotta be something. I do not see it. I'll be in trouble if you capture my knight. Okay, I do see it. All right, there we go. Took me a minute. I was like, didn't see it. There's a way to end this with checkmate, white to move. There's a way to end this with checkmate, white to move. Well, the rook's hemming the king in. So, queen sack, check, bishop, queen. Calculate and win my rook, black to move. 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 I wonder if it's that. I may be wrong here. I may be totally wrong. I think it's a pawn push. Knight takes bishop, rook takes bishop. I don't see... Wait. Knight takes bishop, rook takes bishop. There you go. Didn't see it. Okay. Looks like my bishop is in trouble. Do you see how? Black to move. Looks like my bishop is in trouble. Do you see how? Black to move. My bishop is in trouble. Do you see how? Yeah. Queen takes queen. Bishop takes bishop. Alrighty. You have a checkmating idea. Can you find it? White to move. Checkmating idea. Can I find it? White to move. There we go. You have a checkmating idea. Can you find it? White to move. Checkmating idea. Can you find it? White to move. White to move. checkmating idea. Can you find it? White to move. So far, so good. You're close to checkmate. Black to move. You're close to checkmate. Black to move. Okay, it's queen sack on h1. Knight check, but also the rook check. And rook finish. Okay, win my knight to win the puzzle. Win my knight to win the puzzle. Win my knight to win the puzzle. Do I sack the rook? Win my knight to win the puzzle. Win the knight to win the puzzle. Okay. Queen and bishop on the h7. Pawn. Rook takes knight. Okay. And hold on a sec. Queen check moves out. Oh boy, this could be bad. Let's see. I might be overthinking this. Should I do it with the bishop check? I don't think so. Okay. Go here. All right. A little harder than that looked. I put too much thought in that. I didn't know if I was going to do the right one or not. Checkmate is coming. Do you see the way to win? White to move. Checkmate is coming. Do you see the way to win? White to move. I sure do. Some of these are pretty easy. Some are hard. And there we go. We're at 10 tonight. Okay. Champion 10. Moving along. Okay. And I've got some daily games. That's a tournament. That's a semifinal, so I don't want to show that. Or I have to ask you guys not to say anything while I'm doing it. I'll wait till after. All right, let's see. Is there any challenges tonight? Any challenges? We got some challenges. Who do we got here? Do we got anybody? Moderator night bot, chat bot night. That's it. Guess everybody laughed. Looked like it says I got 4 viewers. I don't see anybody. Everybody gone? Well, that's too bad. Okay. Huh. Let me look at that again. All right. It's kind of crazy. Well, we're an hour and 40 into the stream. Might as well go to the 2-hour mark and just play puzzles. Thanks for everybody that did come in tonight. I really appreciate it. Very grateful, very grateful. Small streamer here. We'll solve some puzzles. Checkmate is waiting if you play carefully, white to move. Checkmate is waiting if you play carefully, white to move. Checkmate is waiting carefully, white to move. Why is this queen hanging? Why is this queen hanging? Only took me about 10 minutes to figure that one out. Holy crap. You're in a critical position. Find a way to win material, white to move. Critical position. Find a way to win material, white to move. Okay, rook takes pawn. That's a sack. And then just move over here though. Almost out the other rook. Almost went for the sack. Not today. You have a checkmating idea, can you find it? White to move. Checkmating idea, can you find it? White to move. Okay. There we go. Looks like my bishop is in trouble. Do you see how? Looks like my bishop is in trouble. Do you see how? It looks like my bishop is in trouble. Do you see how? Yeah. Rook takes queen. Pawn takes bishop. Okay. Take a careful look at the board. Do you see a way to win my queen? Take a careful look at the board. Do you see a way to win my queen, black to move? Yep. Power. Check. Rook takes. Queen takes. Pawn takes knight. I almost had to think about the pawn takes knight. Saying there's my queen on it. Make a mistake there. You're close to checkmate. It wasn't. You're close to checkmate, black to move. Close to checkmate, black to move. Cut off the diagonal. And E1. Do you see the checkmate idea, white to move? Do you see the checkmate idea, white to move? white to move. May see it here. Okay. Check. Check. Ice, ice, baby. There you go. Okay. Calculate correctly and you'll win material black to move. Calculate correctly, you'll win material a black to move. Calculate correctly. And he takes the knight. Yeah, I think you get you let the knight go. So I think you take the knight. There you go. Okay. And win material to win the puzzle. 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 Okay. Yeah, gotta think about this one. I think it is this. There we go. Darn, I made a mistake and now you have a strong way to attack my king. I made a mistake and you have a strong way to attack my king. All right. Darn, I made a mistake, and now you have a strong way to attack my king. Go check there. What's my next move? Oh, shoot. Rook's hanging. My bad. Rook's hanging. I was thinking knight all the way. I was thinking knight all the way. I just saw the rook hanging. Boy. Checkmate is coming. Do you see the way to win? White to move. Checkmate is coming. Do you see the way to win? White to move. Checkmate is coming. Do you see the way to win? There we go. Protects the rook. This is the most important moment of the game. Find a way to checkmate me. I always find the second and third most important moment of the game. Always. 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 This is the most important moment of the game. Find a way to checkmate me. Most important moment of the game. Find a way to checkmate me. Okay. All right. Okay. Nuts. Nuts. I broke the streak. Nuts. Damn. Damn. I forgot about the queen. I didn't see it. Didn't see the queen. Shit. Okay. Shit. Sheet. Tap out on that one, dang it. Tap out, baby. All right. Got an ad coming up in 10 seconds. By the way, it's September. Really use the subs, so it's up to you guys. I appreciate you following and watching. Calculate and win material. I think it's 25% off. And if it's a gift sub pack, I think it's 35% off. But Twitch is all September is having September. Boy, I could use it too. Tell ya. White to move, calculate and win material. White to move, calculate and win material. White to move, calculate and win material. So where are we going to go here? White to move. Can't go backwards though. Huh. Is it the knight or the pawn? I don't think it's the bishop. Actually, I'm not looking at the right side of the board. Yep, didn't see it. Didn't see it. Was looking at this. Looking at this. It's time for you to move in for the attack against my king. Man, I blew that straight. It's time for you to move in for the attack against my king. Black to move. Move in for the attack against my king. Time for you to move in. Black to move. It's time for you to move in for the attack against my king. Time to you to move in. All right, I'm probably not seeing it. Okay. All right, that worked out. Win material to win the puzzle, black to move. Win material to win the puzzle, black to move. Win material to win the puzzle, black to move. There you go. Calculate and win material, black to move. Calculate and win material, black to move. Calculate and win material, black to move. Bishop takes knight, queen. Very nice. I missed that. But that's okay because I get a bishop. Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me, black to move? Can you find a way to checkmate me, black to move? I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me? Okay, knight check. Queen mate. You can play checkmate soon. Do you see how, black to move? You can play checkmate soon. Do you see how, black to move? Checkmate soon. Do you see how, black to move? Rook sack. And check. Bishop. Okay. You have a chance to beat me. Can you find the checkmate, black to move? You have a chance to beat me. Can you find the checkmate, black to move? Chance to beat me. Can you find the checkmate, black to move? There we go. Do you see the checkmate idea, black to move? Do you see the checkmate idea, black to move? Okay. If I do that, that's check. If I go check, do you see the checkmate idea? I almost didn't see it. I almost put my rook there with a check. Can you find a way to win material, black to move? Can you find a way to win material, black to move? Find a way to win material, black to move. Okay. Protecting the knight with the queen. Your pawn is close to promotion. What's the next move? Black to move. Your pawn is close to promotion. What's the next move? Black to move. Pawn is close to promotion. Hey. There we go. Champion 12. And let's see, what time is it here? 1:59. Boy, doesn't say there's no users in chat. It says I have 4 viewers. It's weird. Doesn't show them. Alrighty, a little light tonight. Okay, one last level. Lucky 13. You're in a critical position. Find a way to win a bishop. You're in a critical position. Find a way to win a bishop. Critical position. Find a way to win a bishop. Okay. Push. There we go. Find the game ending idea. 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 It's going to take my queen check. If I go check, he takes, rook takes, blocks with the bishop, takes with the rook, check in the corner. It's not game ending. I'm going to make a mistake here. I know I'm going to blow this. Let's see, bishop or bishop. Take, check. Take. Pull back here, take. Yeah, it's not mate. It is not freaking mate. Queen takes rook. I don't think it's queen takes rook. I don't think it's queen takes rook. I'm going to be a... I was right. Okay. Holy shit. Got lucky on that one. You can win if you find the checkmating idea, white to move. You can win if you find the mating idea, white to move. Okay, there is a pinned pawn with the bishop, white diagonal. Oh, trying to grab it. There we go. Best moves here, set up your pawn for promotion, black to move. The best idea... There we go. Remember my end game. Can you find a way to win a bishop, black to move? Find a way to win a bishop, black to move. Find a way to win a biche, black to move. Okay, queen check. No. Take it first. Almost gave that away, getting tired. Alrighty. There we go. Almost slipped. Can you find a way to win my queen white to move? Can you find a way to win my queen white to move? Check, queen. Okay. Calculate, win my rook. Calculate, win the rook. we go. You have a chance to promote a pawn soon. What comes next? Black to move. Which way am I going? I always get confused. Okay, that is... Black pawns are going this way. You have a chance to promote a pawn soon. What comes next? Sack the rook. The race. There we go. Oh no, you can win material from me, black to move. I can win material from you, black to move. Long diagonal. There we go. Do you see a way to win the game? Black to move. Do I see a way to win the game? Black to move. See the way to win the game. See a way to win the game. See a way to win the game. Okay, check. Whoa. Almost blew that. Knight check. There we go. Almost choked it. Almost moved too fast. Don't leave your game up to luck. There's only one good way forward. One good way forward. Don't leave your game to luck. Is it giving up the queen in this one? I think it is. Think it is. Shit. God, bad guess. Bad guess. Bad guess. Bad guess. Bad guess. It's not this. It's not this. Shit, what is it? Not that. What am I freaking doing? There? No. What am I not seeing? It's got to be a check. Because it's there. Fuck. Yeah. Damn it. Dang it. Take a careful look at the board. Do you see a way to win material? Black to move. Take a careful look at the board. Do you see a way to win material? Black to move. Well, I think I see. missing here? What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Because the knight takes knight. Oh, I see. Yep. Whoa. I don't know, I got that one. You have a checkmating idea, can you find it, black to move? Checkmating idea, can you find it, black to move? Yep. Oh, almost lost it. There we go. Oops, that's a blunder by me. Can you find out how to win material? Blunder by him. White to move. Oops, that's a blunder by me. Can you find out how to win material? I think. Therefore, I am. Okay. Felt good about that one. Not the other one, but I felt good about that one. Okay, you've reached champion 13. Boy, nobody's in chat. I'm going to get a 0 viewer average tonight. Okay, well, no challenges, huh? So I guess it's time to call it a night. I'll be on Wizardry Daphne tomorrow morning at 11. Wake up bright and early. And I will put up the Discord if you'd like to get on Discord for chess or even Wizardry. Got them both. Got 2 Wizardry channels, a chess channel, a general channel, and a Twitch channel. Just put this up. Discord. Don't think so. Discord. Just put it up about 6 weeks ago. Same with my new channel, which is my secondary channel for Wizardry, but this is the primary channel. That is JJ Plays Chess, multi-streaming to it tonight, and YouTube. That is my JJ Plays Wizardry. About 66 subs away from being able to monetize, which would be great. And still haven't made 500 with my chess. I've got over 830 vids on that. channel. Hope you enjoy the content, and thanks for everybody that's watched and subbed. I really appreciate it wherever you're watching from. Thanks for coming in Twitch tonight as well, and also chess.com players. Mammoth bonus on chess.com. Very much appreciate everybody, and we'll go ahead and raid somebody. It looks like there's not going to be any challenges tonight, and not very many people in tonight. So it is a Monday. I hope you enjoy the content, though. Tried to show the closed Sicilian. One of the lessons at chess.com, I really stand by their getting a membership. Just for the lessons, the insights, the puzzles. And they're really good. And some of those things are master classes. Really cool. So we'll see how many people go with me. I was going to stay open for about 3 hours tonight, 4 hours, but it doesn't look like we have a lot of people. So let's go check Twitch really quick on the main channel, see who's up. Give them a raid. And Nate's on, so that's cool.
Who's here?
We'll go to Nate.
Hi.
We'll go to Nate's. And,
Journalist. Oh, well, here it is. I suppose you
Very
don't
good
know
chess
that
player,
Ryu's
by the way.
wife is in a sanatorium 100 miles or so away. Rambert showed surprise and began to say something, but Teru had already left the room. At a very early hour next day,
Well, you gotta
Rambert
spell
rang
right.
up the doctor.
I don't know what she's doing tonight, but she is a good
Would
chess
you
player.
agree to my working with you until I find some way of getting out of this town? There was a moment's silence before
And she was the
reply
first one to
came.
ever raid me. So
Certainly, Rambert.
hope you go with me, and
Thanks.
we'll get that going in 9
The end of
seconds.
part 2.
And we'll say hi to Nate, and thank you all for coming in tonight. Appreciate y'all.
It is very interesting that Kimu puts all these characters
Very
together.
good chess player.
They're so
And
different.
thank you so much.
And so
Guess we're only going with me, huh? Party
I mean,
one. That don't count.
they are
That's
in
just
ways-
me. Oh well. Sorry.
archetypes, I think.
So, you guys have a good night. I'll
But
be back on with
also
Wizardry at
not.
11 o'clock.
They're very
I wonder
common.
why I'm not getting